This is episode 4 of the series. In this episode, I'm starting my workout with an assisted handstand push-up, and I actually got a PB here. I done, I think 9 or 10 reps, and then spoiler alert, in the second set, I also done same amount. So that's 2 sets back to back with a maximum number of reps that I've ever done ever in my life. So I'm happy with that. Um, yeah, so I've been starting my workouts lately with the handstand push up with the wall assistance because I really want to unlock the handstand push up without the wall. So yeah, I'm just really excited to train this movement at the start of my workout. Maybe it's not the best idea because there's other movements that I'm weaker at, I would say, such as the front lever. But starting off my workout with this, it's a really positive way to start, and I just like to do this exercise a lot at the moment, so I'm going to do it. So with this exercise, the one thing I would say is bear in mind that the wider your hand placement, the easier it's going to be. Obviously, if you go too wide, it's going to make it harder. But roughly 1.5 times shoulder width, as you can see here, is perfect because you can use your shoulders a lot more. And if you come in narrower, you're going to have to lean more forward, which is going to use your tricep a lot more. And for most people, it's going to be a lot harder doing it that way. So I think this is my final set, and I didn't manage to get as many reps, which is a bit disappointing. I wanted to get 3 sets of 10. Given that yesterday's workout, which was episode 3, I only got 3 or 4 sets of 5. So yeah, it's a big jump up in only a day, but that just goes to show that your body's really unique, and sometimes you can feel really good, have a really good workout, and the next day you feel really bad. So consistency is key. The second exercise is a neutral grip handstand. The reason why I chose to use dumbbells and I actually grip the handles is because I just did the handstand press up on the floor, which is going to work my wrist quite a lot. And if I do the handstand on the floor as well straight after, it's going to put too much pressure on my wrist and I could get injured. So bear that in mind. Anytime you have wrist pain or you're doing a lot of handstands on the floor, if you transfer over to using dumbbells or parallettes, your wrist is going to basically come out of it, at least to a large extent, because you can actually grip the parallettes and the pressure on your wrist is going to be significantly reduced. So that's why I've done the neutral grip handstand. I also like it as well because eventually I want to get to the 90-degree handstand press up, and this will be the first variation that I want to unlock it on because it is the easiest variation to unlock it. So all in all, that's the second exercise, which is a neutral grip handstand. I'm actually getting better, as you can see, consistent holds. I'm not falling out of it really until about 20 seconds on average, I think. For example, this hold here, yeah, I think it's about 20 seconds, and the other sets were roughly the same. So I could definitely say that my handstand game is improving, and also I'm in a nice straight line. I'm not moving around too much. And to be honest, this wasn't really that hard either. So my handstand is definitely improving. I threw in this set at the end because my intention was to do a handstand press up with my chin past my hands, but obviously I didn't end up doing that. I didn't have the strength to do it. Um, so this is really the main part of the workout that I wanted to improve, which is the front lever variations. I think front lever is my biggest weakness at the moment. Um, Although that is the case, I did do it as the third exercise. As I said at the start, I just want to train the handstand press up a lot. Um, and sometimes you just get excited by that, what I do anyway. So, yeah, I should realistically do this front lever variation stuff at the start of the workout because that's when I have the most energy, but I do still have a lot of energy here anyway, so it's fine. Um, as you can see here, I'm putting my legs together and then I'm kicking them up from the ground. And then basically from that top position, I'm coming down with one leg bent and one leg straight out, and trying to control that movement as much as possible. As you can see, as I get past the front lever position, so here I can hold it and then I let go. You want to do your first 2 or 3 reps with a hold, and then after that, when you are basically getting weaker, you just come down quickly. So as you can see here, I come down as slow as I can to the front lever position, and then I drop down from there. The main point is to really focus on the front lever negative from the top of the position to the front lever position, because any lower is going to basically not work your back as much. Once you get to the front lever and below, that part of the movement isn't really going to work your back as much. But from here, as you can see, until the front lever position, your back is fully contracting. So that's why I speed up the rep from halfway down to below. So that's just a form tip for anyone who wants to do front lever negatives. Focus on this part here, all the way down to here. Once your hips start to go non-parallel to the ground and they start to come down, your back's not really active. Anyway, I went into an advanced tuck hold here and then come back down. My back was quite fatigued from all the other sets that I did. So I went into a tuck, which is knees into chest, and then bring my knees up into an advanced tuck hold and then back down to the ground. That was the front lever variations done. And now I basically worked on what I believe is my biggest weakness when it comes to the front lever, which is my ab strength and my core strength. There is a lot of back involvement with the front lever, but I think that part is stronger for me than my abs. So I'm just going to work my abs here with the hanging leg raises. One thing you'll notice is as I come down to the bottom, my legs are not swinging behind me. And that's not because they're touching the floor, even though you can't see that. Basically what I'm doing is I'm controlling the negative. I'm not letting my legs or my feet swing behind my hips and then using that momentum to come back up. I'm controlling the negative and then bringing my legs back up. This is a really key detail, and it's quite important for you to notice that, because a lot of times when people do hanging leg raises or any sort of leg raises, they really like to do this mistake. Possibly because they've never been told how it's supposed to be done, but essentially you want to raise your legs up, as you can see in the video, and then at the bottom you should have a very little swing and not really an excessive swing. An excessive swing going back can also be used going forward, and you only want to use your muscles when you go forward. You don't want to be using the swing, and if you are using the swing, then you might as well stop the workout right there, because you're not actually working your muscles. So that's just key form tips for that exercise. The fifth exercise, pretty simple. I like doing this. Obviously, it's a simple exercise. The technique is quite easy for me to get a hold of. I would basically say on wide grip pull-ups, if you have problems with engaging your back, a lot of people say take a thumbless grip. But for me, that's just going against the kind of essence of the pull-up. The pull-up is the king of back exercises. And you really want to have an overhand grip with your thumbs around the bar as well, because when you do it this way, you can get more reps, you can activate more muscles, you're working your forearm, you're working your back, you're working your shoulders, you're working your biceps. Obviously, if you're a bodybuilder and you're stepping on stage, then make sure you do it with a thumbless grip. Clearly, you want to work your back and impress the judges, so it makes more sense. But for most people, I would say use the full grip, so you can strengthen all the forearms, all the shoulders, basically all the muscles that you are weak in at the moment. Don't worry about the minor details too much. And yeah, make sure your chin comes up and over the bar and you go into a full dead hang. As you can see at the bottom, that's what I'm doing. And that's pretty much a perfect pull-up. Even better is if you don't tilt your head backwards. As you can see here, my head is slightly tilted backwards. If you face completely straight and your chin comes over the bar, then that means you're even stronger. But this is still a very good pull-up form that you can see here. The sixth exercise is the final one, which is a floor handstand. My wrist was feeling good and I felt good, so I wanted to work on my floor handstand. As you can see here, the line is quite straight. There's no banana back, which I like. And this is another tip. When you're doing handstands, you might feel like your handstand is completely straight. But guess what? If you record it, there's a good chance, or there is just a chance basically, that your handstand is actually curved and you've got a banana back, which basically means a curved spine. So anytime I say banana back, it's just curved spine. Yeah, so I'm liking the line here. It's looking quite straight. The fact that I recorded it means I'm getting feedback on my workout. I don't have a trainer. I'm a trainer myself, so for most of my workouts, I'm going to be the only one judging my sets. Well, my camera is going to judge them for me because I've got it set up in the gym. But yeah, that's just a tip for handstand. Record your sets and try to work on your flaws more than working on your strengths. Yeah, eventually I think the handstand, because I've got it nice and straight, I'll have a clean handstand press up. Stay tuned for episode 5 and subscribe if you like the series. Peace.